No, again. One of the things which I always find hugely entertaining is watching a politician say something which is obviously false, secure in the knowledge that most people will not challenge the lie and for one reason or another will pretend to accept what is said. After a while, the untruthful statement becomes generally regarded as true, largely because so many people are so polite that they are reluctant to shout liar at the politician and shower him with rotten vegetables, mouldy fruit, and dead cats. We've seen this happen often enough with prime ministers in recent years, but the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, has exploited this kind of scenario to best advantage due to the colour of his skin and his religious beliefs. You see, the darker a person's skin is, the less likely are people to hurl abuse and call that individual a scoundrel. This is because many of us are worried about being accused of racism, of course. Being rude to Muslims can also be a chancy business, as there's always some fool waiting in the wings to shout Islamophobia. For this reason, Mayor of London Sadiq Khan, useless, devious, treacherous, and thoroughly dishonest as he is, can usually rest easy that no matter how fat-headed some comment of his about current affairs might be, most people will hesitate to jeer at him. Every so often, though, he goes too far and says something so obviously untruthful and provocative that he finds his shield of immunity torn aside, and he's subjected to the same ferocious criticism that white Christian politicians encounter occasionally. This happened couple of years ago when Khan retweeted, I should say, of London that this city was built by migrants, by refugees. This was so clearly an outrageous and racially motivated falsehood that quite a few people pulled him up on it. Certainly, some immigrants helped to build some of London. We think of the Irish navvies, for instance. There have also been French weavers, but in what sense they could be said to have built London, I'm not really sure. Other than the Irish, though, I really don't know who these migrants and refugees might have been who were building London. One has very seldom seen Caribbeans or Indians working on building sites or installing the plumbing of recently completed buildings. Perhaps the claim is meant in a broader sense, though, as in built the cultural environment of London. It is tricky to know what the mayor might have had in mind here. There have been Indian restaurants for some while, of course, and jazz music was associated with African American culture. But apart from a few small niches of that kind, I'm not at all sure I would say that London's culture was built by immigrants and refugees. There have been a few books, of course, which shed light on certain aspects of the city from the immigrant viewpoint. I'm thinking now of Sam Selvon's The Lonely Londoners and Buki Emechita's Second Class Citizen. Buki Emechita certainly contributed an Igbo perspective on London, but I wouldn't really say that she built the city. Whichever way you look at it, Sadiq Khan was therefore telling a very great lie, and it was refreshing to see him being treated with the same level of disrespect as is sometimes afforded white politicians when they go that much too far. His latest dubious statement is to claim that President Trump is incredibly jealous of London because London is so successful. I very much inclined to view this statement too, I'm afraid, with some skepticism.